warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, inshallah, with the hadith lesson, we will be discussing one of the most inspirational hadiths narrated by Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This book, if we really get deep into analyzing it and really get deep into understanding it, we might need a whole book to explain everything that we can interpret or understand or feel inspiration from this hadith. We would need the entire books to explain this. Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu narrates from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that he said, "A strong believer is better and dearer to Allah than a weak one, and both are good. Adhere to that which is beneficial for you. Keep asking Allah for help and do not refrain from it. If you are afflicted in any way, do not say, if I had taken this or that step, it would have resulted in such and such. That say only Allah so determined and did as He willed." The word "if" opens the gates for satanic thoughts. We begin this hadith with the part with Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying, "A strong believer is better and dearer to Allah than a weak believer or a weak Muslim. And both are good. Both are good in faith and both are good in strength and power. But Allah Azza wa Jalla favors one over the other." And what Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam meant that Allah Azza wa Jalla loves more or adheres more or favors a strong believer over a weak one is really in physical strength. It's not like Allah Azza wa Jalla would favor a Muslim with a better physique than another one with a lot of knowledge, but he's weak physically, for example. What Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam meant by a strong believer is a Muslim who is strong in faith, someone who is powerful in general. Some of the companions of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam could have been weak physically, but they used other means and used other tools to make themselves powerful and to make themselves strong for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jalla, for the sake of the struggle, for the cause of Allah Azza wa Jalla. Some of them, even though they are weak physically, they had a lot of knowledge in Islam. Some of them, even though they were weak physically, they had a lot of money that they used for the sake of Islam. A lot of them fought for the sake of Islam. A lot of them used any means that they found and used any tools that they found to be strong and to be beneficial for the sake of Islam and for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jalla. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that Allah Azza wa Jalla favors the strong Muslim over a weak one, and both are good. This is similar to a verse from Surah Al-Hadid, which is verse number 10. Allah Azza wa Jalla says, "And why should you not spend in the cause of Allah while Allah is the sole inheritor of the heavens and earth? Those of you who donated and fought before the victory over Mecca are unparalleled. They are far greater in rank than those who donated and fought afterwards. Yet Allah has promised each a fine reward, and Allah is all aware of what you do." What this verse is describing is that Allah Azza wa Jalla would favor a Muslim who fought alongside and stood alongside Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam before the conquest of Mecca. These people had stronger belief. They were with Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam at the most times of struggle. Either they were weak financially, or they were weak physically, or they didn't have any means or tools to help them fight for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jalla and for the sake of this faith. They found any means that they could use to fight for the sake of this faith. And we also focus on that part that a Muslim shouldn't know what the word impossible means. Muslim should always have faith in Allah Azza wa Jalla that any goal he has in mind that he wants to do for the sake of Islam is going to be done, or is going to be replaced with something better by the will of Allah Azza wa Jalla. What Allah Azza wa Jalla is describing in this verse is that He would favor people who stood alongside Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam at times of struggle and at times of weakness over those who fought and donated after the conquest of Mecca, where Muslims grew stronger. Allah Azza wa Jalla in this verse would reward both of them. Allah Azza wa Jalla loves both Muslims in this case, but Allah Azza wa Jalla would favor one who fought for the struggle of Islam and used whatever means he had to fight for the sake of Islam. And the hadith continues on and says, "Adhere to that which is beneficial for you. Keep asking Allah to help and do not refrain from it." What I was just talking about is a Muslim should know what the word impossible means. As long as you have a goal that could benefit the Muslim Ummah in any way, whether if it's your education, you have a business idea that you could start making money from, if you are going to use it for the sake of Islam, Allah Azza wa Jalla is going to help you get this goal, or is going to replace it with something better for you. If you are training yourself physically, any kind of physical training, to be a physically well Muslim, to have health so you can worship Allah Azza wa Jalla and work more for the sake of Islam. Whatever goal it is, Allah Azza wa Jalla will help you because you are doing it for the cause of Islam. If Prophet Muhammad continues in this hadith, it says, if you are afflicted in any way, do not say, if I had taken this or that step, it would have resulted in such and such, but say only Allah determined as He willed. The word if opens the gates for satanic thoughts. One of the reasons why you see people quickly fall into sadness or fall into depression is because of regrets that they had about past decisions. You can, let's say you are doing a trade or you are working a job, but financially you have come to a really low situation because of some decisions that you have made. You do not think, oh my God, if I had done this instead of what I have done, my situation would have been way better right now. I would have not been struggling financially like I am in right now. One of the quickest reasons that people fall into sadness and depression is because of regretting actions that they have done. It is either, since you are working for the cause of Allah, you are working for the cause of this faith, either Allah Azza wa Jalla didn't let you achieve that goal because it would have had some harm on you, or Allah Azza wa Jalla replaced it with something better for you. Have faith in Allah Azza wa Jalla in that way, that if you didn't achieve that goal, you're going to achieve something better, inshaAllah. The hadith continues on and says, but say only Allah so determined and did as He willed. The word if opens the gates for satanic thoughts. One of the stories from one of the most pious worshippers and one of the most righteous worshippers in Islam, Malik ibn Dinar. He was really known for being a really devout worshipper in Islam. He prayed to Allah all day, every day, basically, fasting most of his days, maybe fasting one day, not fasting the next, but people know that he was righteous and he was really pious and he was working a lot for the cause of Islam. One person came to him, and as he was talking to Malik ibn Dinar, he told him, "O you most righteous of people," or "O you the best of worshippers." He told him, "Do you think I am one of the most righteous people, or that I am one of the best worshippers out there?" So he took that man that he was talking to and he went to the house of someone that he knew. As they were approaching this man's house, they heard his kids crying and asking their father for food. But the father's reply was kind of surprising. Thinking about what kids think about their parents, they basically think, my parents are the cause for me being here. If it wasn't without them, I would have not existed in this world. So it's their responsibility. It is their responsibility to take care of everything that I need. So these kids are asking their father for food, and their father replies with, I am not the one who created you, I am not the one who created your senses, I am not the one who made your hearing, or made your mouth, or made you feel hungry. Allah Azza wa Jalla is the one that created you, and inshallah, He is the one that is going to get you food with whatever needs. As both Malik ibn Dinar and the man with him entered this house and they started talking to this man, another man walks in with some pieces of bread that he found, that he had, and he gifted it to this man with his hungry kids. And he thanked Allah Azza wa Jalla because, as he said to his kids, Allah Azza wa Jalla is the one that created them, and He is the one that will provide them with food and will provide them with whatever means to survive. And as he said, as it happened, later on, as they were talking, another man walked in with some money, with some golden coins, and tried to give it to this man. But surprisingly, he didn't accept it. He told all of them that were sitting, Malik ibn Dinar and the man that just visited with him, he told them Allah Azza wa Jalla has already provided for us for this day. He used the means of this man with the pieces of bread that he brought as means for us to survive. I am not going to take this money. Allah Azza wa Jalla will provide me with something to survive with tomorrow. So don't question if, and don't question the will of Allah Azza wa Jalla. This could lead to shirk, or could lead to disbelief eventually. You are questioning the will of Allah Azza wa Jalla, and you are questioning what Allah Azza wa Jalla has determined. So focus on the part of the hadith where Prophet Muhammad says, but say only Allah so determined and did as He will.